Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode on Chris and Uncensored Japan. Behind me we have Oda Nobuhide and daughter Gozen with a depiction of the baby Nobunaga. He was born here, or near here, on May 28th, 1534, or in June, depending which calendar you're following. He was the man who would begin the process of unifying Japan and ending a long period of civil war. So join me as I look a little bit into the early years of the first of the great unifiers, Oda Nobunaga. Behind me we have Shobata Castle, which was Nobunaga's actual birthplace, where he spent the early part of his infancy before joining his father in Nagoya Castle. He would end up having 7 brothers and 1 sister due to the family infighting that was common at the time. A number of his brothers didn't survive to reach adulthood. I will leave that story for another day. Stay tuned. The castle itself was abandoned by 1538, but it's still interesting to think that the first of the great unifiers of Japan was born in this very spot. Hello, I am now in front of Kyosu Castle. This was Nobunaga's base of operations for a few years after he captured it from his brother in a family coup in 1555. He also resided here with his wife Ohime, who was the daughter of Saito Dosan, and this was part of a family alliance that would later give Nobunaga a doorway into Gifu. That is a story for another episode. This castle here is a reconstruction. The original castle was demolished in 1610 and parts of it were used for making a larger Nagoya castle for Tokugawa Ieyasu. There's a story that Toyotomi Hideyoshi, who's going to get an episode all to his own, was involved in the reconstruction of part of Kyosu Castle's damaged wall. The story hasn't been corroborated, but it's an interesting one, and I've put the event into my first novel. These 2 statues in Kyosu Park represent Oda Nobunaga and Ohime, the daughter of Saito Dosan, his father-in-law. She's said to have been a steadying influence on him throughout his life. And here is where the original Kyosu Castle stood until being pulled down to be used for some of the construction of the remodeled Nagoya Castle in 1610. The keep which you just saw is a reconstruction which was assembled in 1989. I hope you enjoyed today's little video on the early life of Oda Nobunaga. Excuse me for the background train noise, it's unavoidable. It's a very busy trek. Thank you so much for watching.